Hello, YouTube and Rumble community, and many thanks for joining this stream, this program, Morning News from Moscow. Today is 23rd of June, now it's 11 o'clock Moscow time, and I have prepared quite a number of news on some major developments, and hopefully you will find this episode informative and useful. And if so, dear friends, please don't forget to click that like button and to leave some commentary after the stream. It might help to reach a wider audience. Well, that's being said, let's go through some news straight away without any further delay. And obviously, I will start with the Middle Eastern crisis, which is threatening to transform into a world war if situation will not de-escalate. And obviously, we already know that U.S. conducted strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities while committing crime against humanity by doing so, not just against Iran, but against humanity, because strikes on nuclear facilities are never okay whatsoever, no matter whatever is the pretext. And Iran's foreign ministry already stated that while attacking Iran's nuclear facilities, U.S. Started a war against the republic. And I agree with this statement. U.S. started the war, although U.S. officials are trying to downgrade the importance of these strikes. And some officials, by the way, are stupid enough to say on air that strikes, they just strike Iran's nuclear facilities. It's if it's nothing, right? If it's not an act of war, which is crazy, but that's the level of intelligence on part of U.S. elites, I guess. Meanwhile, by the way, Iran's foreign minister arrived in Moscow yesterday late evening, and today he will have a meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. And Abbas Araghchi, Iran's foreign minister, already stated that Iran attaches a great importance to consultations with Russia. Well, I was thinking about topics of conversation that might happen between Russian president and Iran's foreign minister, and I come up with the conclusion that maybe after what had happened in last 24 to 48 hours, nothing to be said about Israel's illegal actions against Iran. Tehran may actually propose Moscow to add some points to recently adopted or recently signed by leadership of two countries a strategical partnership agreement. And these additional points could be ones that will bring countries into military alliance, or we might see a mutual protection pact to be added on this strategical partnership agreement. I think this might be the topic of discussion between the two leaders, foreign minister of Iran and the Russian president, although other topics also are going to be discussed. I'm quite sure Russia will provide and already providing Iran with the necessary intelligence to be aware of developments around these countries, and Russia definitely has means to have a significant volume of information that most likely Iran's enemies want to hide, right? And I also think Russian leadership will recommend Iran to exercise restraint and to reassure Gulf states, reassure countries in the Persian Gulf, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, others, Iraq, Oman, regional countries, basically, to reassure regional countries that Iran is not planning to attack U.S. Or their NATO bases that are located in these countries. This is very important because, as I said many times in my previous updates, I'm 100% convinced, by the way, that main goal of globalists and the neocons when it comes to these attacks on Iran is to provoke regional war that will last long enough so that Persian navigation in the Persian Gulf will be shut down for potentially years, and that way West will harm Chinese economy big time, and also force China to increase its level of dependence on Russian energy and energy from Central Asian republics up to critical one, which is definitely not something that Moscow or Beijing are looking for, because extreme dependence in anything creates tensions, right? And we don't want that. So therefore, obviously, Moscow and Beijing have a strategical interest to make sure that there will be no regional war in the Middle East. There will be no shutdown of the navigation in the Persian Gulf and through Hormuz Strait. So therefore, I believe Russian side will consult Iran's foreign minister in optimal steps that Russia sees in this frame of avoiding potential regional war in the Persian Gulf, in the Middle East, and hopefully Iranian leadership will take in account Russian position, because obviously it is not in Iran's or anybody's interest in the region to end up in a full-scale war on a sectarian and their ethnic lines. Let's see, in a couple of hours' time, we will have some more information about meeting of Russian president and foreign minister of Iran. Let's see what additional information will come out from this meeting. TASS news agency is also reporting that, foreign minister of Iran, meanwhile, is stating that Tehran will continue enriching uranium for peaceful purposes, despite their attacks by Israel and US. And I have no doubts that Iran will maintain its scientific and engineering capabilities to do so, to enrich uranium for peaceful purposes. And I have no doubts, by the way, that Iran was not building atomic bombs. Otherwise, they would already had not just one, but probably a couple of dozens, right? Iran was in a position to build atomic bombs some 20 years ago, according to experts, by the way, right? And they did not build even a single one. So there is no reason, there is no objective reason to doubt reports that we are receiving from Iran that they are not working on the building of atomic bombs. Also, RIA Novosti is reporting that aide of Russian president Yuri Ushakov stated that contacts between Russia and United States on Iran continues. He did not went into details about these contacts, but I think this information itself, this short statement, worth our attention. Only question I have, what is the point of talking to any representative of US? I mean, US leadership discredited itself, right? Illustrated itself. So much so that hardly anybody in this world, by the way, even diehard Trump supporters, hardly even they doubt that Trump cannot be trusted. Trump or anybody from his team, right? They are absolutely discredited, and therefore, if somebody will call from Washington, in Kremlin or from White House, someone here probably will answer. But if anybody in Russian leadership still thinks that U.S. leadership or leadership of any Western country or any country from the collective West, for that matter, can be trusted, then I don't know, man, we are in trouble. Hopefully no one in Russian leadership has any illusions in regards to Western so-called elites, right? You can talk to them if it's necessary, but you can never trust them on anything, period. Hello everyone, I hope you find informative and useful this short clip from main news update, and if so, please click that like button and leave some commentary just about anything. It might help to deal with their algorithm and reach wider audience. And if you like my work in general and want to support to save this media project. You can assist through several ways. You can donate to this project through PayPal platform or Boosty, also with the crypto currencies, or you can subscribe to my Patreon page and page on Boosty, where I have quite a lot of extra content on regular basis. All the links are on this video in description box and in the pinned comment. And of course, many thanks to everyone who already helped and continues to support. Thank you.